Hello Virgo, this is your reading for January 2018 and Happy New Year. I've already pre-shuffled the decks and laid out all of the cards so that we can just get right into it. I'm doing a bonus reading, so I've added a lot of extra cards. We have the extra cards is the Law of Attraction and the Power of Love card. I love these. The Animal Tarot, the Angels of Abundance, and I have your angel card messages, 3 of those for you. So with those extras in there, it usually ties in and helps a great deal with your reading. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. So to start with your reading, I'm going to jump right into this, Virgo. We have, for the overall energy, we have the 3 of Swords and we have the 4 of Pentacles. The 3 of Swords, to me, when I'm looking at this card, there's some interference happening within your life and the overall energy. So interference can be through family members or work interference or just interference, period. Somebody meddling, having problems, or third party causing problems in there. So typically can talk of other people coming in. The 4 of Pentacles is fear of losing money, holding on to things a little tighter than you should. And, you know, this is a person that's, you know, having some fears of things going on in their life. And, you know, Virgo, as much as I can say it's easy to go, let it go and do certain things, it's hard, because I know that you guys are very strong within your financial and how you take care of it. To jump into your Earth sector, which is your finances and career, we have the Knight of Cups and Judgment. And the Knight of Cups we have for your, you know, your work career area. You know, you're going to receive some important news. These happen really fast, and or a decision that will be made affecting your livelihood. This can also indicate a happy and supportive and nurturing atmosphere in your working environment. In the finances, you can expect positive changes in your financial affairs, as well as a lucky break and cost cuts. And if you call on those who owe you money, you will get a swift reply and you know, be affirmative in what you're getting. So this is moving fast. So if there's any kind of career decisions or you're looking for a job, it's going to move really fast and you're going to know about it very quickly. The other energy to your career sector and financial is Judgment. And in the work area, it's, you know, resolving an inner and outer conflicts will mark the end of suffering and bring improved conditions or change of consciousness, Virgo. Through spiritual involvement and self-development will bring new purpose, meaning, and motivation to your work. In your finances, you're going to experience improved conditions in the form of a money judgment, payment, or an investment or profit sharing. So you're definitely moving forward with these things, Virgo, and things are taking off for you on your career sector. In your messages and friends and family sector, we have the 4 of Swords and the Death card. In the 4 of Swords, and the meaning of this card for news or family and such, a lot of it time too, this card takes heed and taking time to rest. The message for news is you can expect lots of calls, messages, and communications, but this could also indicate discussions of sickness, death, and misfortune. So somebody, you know, may call, or you're going to be hearing from a friend or family that may be going through some really hard times. You know, someone is going to call and want to see you, someone from out of your past. This could be a lover, someone who is married, or someone who is involved with the law or legal profession. With the Death card underneath that, depending on what's going on in your life, if there's an expectancy of that, it doesn't mean an actual death, just means a rebirth too. But in the meaning of the news sector, someone is about to go out of your life temporarily and you will hear about it. This news could come through a psychic prediction or message. You know, that doesn't mean anything. This is a general reading for everyone, so do understand it doesn't cover all of the Virgos. Your other message for visitors or callers: a call will come concerning a dubious proposition, and you will soon have to travel whether you want to or not, because you feel obligated. So there's a lot of different meanings to that, just the news and all that, but there's things happening that are coming in very rapidly and things that are changing, and sometimes even for the better on the death, because it's always a rebirth of something coming in. Your challenge cards are the Eight of Swords and Seven of Cups. And the Eight of Swords is just thinking basically that you're trapped in a situation and you're really not. You can step out of that. This lady's got swords surrounding her, and all she has to do is step out of it. It's just feeling of loss and being confused and all of that, and you can get stuck in your head that there's no way to move around that. The Seven of Cups with the same energy in there, not that part, but you have a lot of choices to make, and that can be very overwhelming. So with the challenges in that area, just know that don't have to worry about picking right, but just knowing that you're picking right for yourself. Do try to get out of the Eight of Swords energy very quickly if you can move through that, so that you don't let that bother you too much. In your relationship sector, you have the King of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. With the King of Swords and your relationship and romance sector, the meaning of this can be, you don't want to be dwelling on the past, and, that only causes more pain, and you'll release and let it go. This also could concern one who's in the legal or law enforcement profession. If you're coupled, you'll come to the realization that you've been living in a dream world, Virgo. So do pay attention that that relationship may not be what you thought it was going to be. And with the Ace of Pentacles in your romance area, you'll be thinking about romance and will want to have a significant love affair. If already involved, you will wish your partner would be more loving and responsive. If you are coupled, that can also tie into that. You will be unfulfilled with your present partner and will want to come together with someone else. So there's some big issues going on in your relationship, Virgo, if you're in them. I'm not seeing for people that are single that they're going to be meeting anybody. Business looks like it's okay, but there's a lot of energy around these cards that's causing you a lot of problems. And your outcome card is walking away. Your life is going to be changing, so you're going to be walking away. And that can totally be towards the energy of relationships that are emotional relationships, not so much walking away from other situations as in work or anything, because if you do walk away from something, you have something offered to you, and that actually turns out better than you thought. But with the Eight of Cups there, that's really suggesting that Virgos that have been in a trying relationship may decide to finally not stay in that any longer. But for long-term couples, this is also a general reading, so you need to understand that it's just problems and having to talk through that. But for the outcome, things are going to end on a positive note, and you'll find yourself moving into a different direction. And that pretty much backs that. As we move into the rest of the reading here with your other cards, we have magnetism. And the meaning to this card is a message. I attract and magnetize to me all that I need to get what I want. So it's really putting an effort out there of what you really want to do. And I'd really put the magnetism card very close to more of your career, of what you're looking for. If this is within your relationships, you're going to be looking at other things to stir certain things up in your life so that you can have what is the ideal friendship and love relationship that you're looking for. Successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. So with the successful funding card there, again, your business stuff is taking off and you're really getting yourself in a much better situation and moving into a good, stronger foundation for yourself in your home life and in your work life. Your next message is ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike. You learn to love them all as lessons. If you could take that to heart and really understand that everything that comes in, so you've done this really good and this wasn't that good, but what did you learn from it and what are you going to do to change it or maintain it? Those are really big questions for a lot of people out there that have a tough time, that don't want to wrap their heads around the ownership of both, you know, misdeeds and the good things and accomplishments. So, I mean, we're always on that side of wanting to do our accomplishments, but sometimes we don't take the time to really look at the misdeeds. We just want to forget those. Not everybody, but you know, when you're there, what have you learned from it is always my question, and what can you do today that will change that for the better. Your next one is your animal tarot, and it's the leopard. And what this message is, all your life experiences have prepared you for the moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. Well, if that isn't tied into both these cards, it's walking away, changing that. You can't change the leopard spots. It's moving forward, and you know, you're clearing everything, Virgo, trying to find things that are much better for you. So hate to see that there's any kind of breakups in there, but you've got to change some things in your life that only bring positive into your life. Your last three messages and your angel messages are happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, and on the right path. Again, it keeps talking about being on a new path that is a much better situation for you, and that, you know, it's up to you if you want to change that and get into a better situation for yourself. Your next message is spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. It's encouraging to take some time to yourself and go out and get in touch with certain things in your life so that you can make better decisions on your own. And your last message is gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan and paying off debts. Well, this is excellent for your career. So you are definitely heading into a much better position where you're going to probably be making a little bit more, and you've worked really hard for it, Virgo. All in all, when I look at your reading, you know, you've got some difficult cards here, mainly more in the emotional end of it, but in your career situation, you're taking off and you're making some decisions to move forward in whatever you're looking at. Go for it. Don't hesitate. Keep moving forward. Don't hold on to what is old. Move into what is new, and just clear some paths out for you, because it's time to experience some things on a new level. Well, I hope this finds you doing well, Virgo, and I hope you enjoyed your holidays, and I will talk to you later in February 2018. Thank you.